If you are going into motherhood thinking you're going to be the best mom ever, just know that you have already failed. Let me explain. Nobody goes into parenting believing they're going to be a bad parent. Of course not. But today, with all the media and all of the channels, you can see all kinds of people around the world at the same time. It creates this expectation of perfectionism. So it feels like it's all or nothing. You're either the best mom and in the most perfect body and everything, or you're just bad mom. And honestly, I think this is partially a reason why a lot of people decide not to have kids at all, because if you cannot do it perfectly, why do it at all? And if you don't do it at all, you cannot fail, right? That totally makes sense. And that's why we procrastinate a lot of that's why I procrastinated a lot of the times. I'm not talking about kids, but like different things in my life. I'm like, if I cannot film this video perfectly, I'm just not gonna do it at all, and then I'm clean. I didn't fail. But then it creates this dissonance where you want something, but you can't have it, if that makes sense. But here's the problem with parenting specifically. No matter how much you do, you will always, like I say always, feel like you could have done better. You take them to all kinds of activities. Well, maybe they should do more, or maybe you're just overwhelming them. But you constantly, like any parent will say, like maybe not constantly, but oftentimes you feel like you are doing something wrong and you're messing them up. Especially right now with all of the different mental things parents can do to the children, and we're so aware and informed about those. We are always so cautious to do wrong to our children that we question everything. Like one of my daughters is so sweet, so sweet. She's like just the kindest soul I've ever seen, and I'm like, people pleaser. You're gonna be people pleaser. There's something wrong. I need to do something with this. You're too kind. My son, he's negative. Very negative. He's like the most pessimistic person ever. I'm like, wrong. Absolutely. Like, you should not be like that. I did something wrong. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, no matter what you do, you will find the reason to believe you're doing it wrong. So what I suggest, how about you don't go into it thinking you're gonna do it well. And then when you do it well, you'd be like, great, I'm such a good mom. Again, there's just so much information online. And if you scroll, which I logged out, didn't log out, but like I deleted the apps and I can only post from like the third app that doesn't require scrolling, because that much information and opinions from all different spectrum of parents was just overwhelming. Like, no matter what you do, you homeschool, bad. You send them to school, bad. You formula feed, bad. Like, no matter what you do, you will be criticized. So, but let's say you think of yourself as a mediocre mom from the get-go. You're a mediocre mom. You're not great, but you're not bad. You can then operate from the much better mental state, and guess who will benefit from the peaceful mom that doesn't beat herself up that she didn't take their kid to like the 10th after school activity? Your kids. They will love the peaceful mom way more than the anxious mom. And I see anxious parents so much in today's society. It's crazy. I feel like any mom I meet, she's like full of anxiety that she's gonna do something wrong. I'm like, just be present with your kid, and they will be so grateful for that, because right now it's a mess and I feel like we created it. I honestly think it's social media. Social media just screwed us up big times. Big. Like I'm telling you, the amount of opinions of all different people we get from social media is insane. And I think we get confused. We're like, what is the right way? And is there a right way? And so many ways we could have lived our lives. And some things get praised by some people, and then other people praise those things and criticize this. And you just get so overwhelmed. And so like, if you can cut yourself off from all the social media. That would benefit you big times, but also just let it go and just focus on being there for your kids and accept that you're gonna fuck up no matter what. I feel like you and your kids will be way happier. And when I say just let go, I don't say neglect. Don't think about that. I mean just dial down your anxiety level. Let's take an example. Your kid gets sick. What do you automatically think? What did I do wrong? I probably let them out undressed, or I probably let them play in that beautiful kids place, and they probably got some virus there. I probably did something wrong. I could have done it better, and I'm such a bad mom. And what do? You take your kid to the doctor, and you think, oh my God, I wasted all day. I took the kid to the doctor. If you can just stop and think, oh my God, I'm such a responsible parent. My kid got sick and I took them to the doctor. I canceled all my plans and I took them to the doctor. I'm good parent. But what do you usually do? You just like disregard everything you do and you only focus on the negative. And I feel like we all fall into it because this is how we program. Negative feels more dangerous, so we focus on that. But if you can consciously catch yourself thinking that and then force yourself to look at the positives and be proud of yourself for showing up, for doing what you've done, and kind of channel that energy into love, which it sounds like wishy-washy, but that actually helps. Like, same example with the sick kid. Don't be tearing yourself up. Just show up for that kid and comfort them and give them as much love as you can. That's all. Don't hold on to like negative feelings. And I know it's easier said than done in especially critical situations. But I think it's still really important to be mindful of that and just stop expecting to be a perfect parent, because most likely what's happening, you're not a perfect parent because perfection is an illusion. Perfection doesn't exist. Not in parenting, not in business, not in any way possible. I don't know who came up with perfection, but it does not exist. So ditch the idea of perfectionism. Just be present for your kid. And that's all you can do. Because that all or nothing mentality is just going to destroy you. I mean, it's destroyed me so many ways, so many times. So I think mindfulness in this area is very important. This was an unsolicited advice from Anna. If you would like more, please subscribe. I'm happy to have you here. Just recently started this channel and I feel like probably nobody even watched this, but if you did, I want to say big thank you and see you in the next one.